Welcome, 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 welcome. Happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to On the Shoulders of Giants. We got a good one today. We got a good conversation today. Um, a conversation that's not new, a conversation that's been had for years within our community, especially. We're taking a look at a young man, a young YouTuber. What is his name? He has several videos interviewing black women from various parts of the country about their hair. The YouTube channel is titled "Stop Playing Trey." And "Stop Playing Trey." I've been seeing clips of his videos for a while on social media, going around interviewing black women about their thoughts, views, ideas, and feelings surrounding their hair. Also, their ideas on their hair being tied to their self-esteem, their self-image, how they feel about themselves, whether they love themselves, all those different things. So I have 3 different videos from Stop Playing Trey's YouTube channel. 2 where he's actually in the streets doing interviews, and another one where he's like on a live stream having a conversation with one young lady. So the longer conversation is going to be the last one that we get into. But I thought this would be a good, interesting conversation for us to have, because we've been talking about all different aspects of the psychology of us Black Americans, and how our current psychology, how our mindsets, our worldview, how we go about existing, how it has been shaped by years and years and years and years and years of trauma, but also being able to understand what has happened to us effectively, so we can help to reverse that and cure that and create different, healthier mindsets over here. So now I will say this. Let me start by saying this. The hair debate, as a black man I do like natural hair. Most black men I know like natural hair, so I do like natural hair. But as a black man who likes natural hair, I personally am not willing to die on the hill of trying to convince black women to not wear wigs and weaves. I'm not going to do that. That is not me. I don't have the energy. I'm too old for that. I rather put myself in other realms and deal with other things, right? Yeah. Some stuff need to be said. So we getting into it, but like I said, it's not the hill I want to die on, but I did think it'd be an interesting conversation. I do have thoughts, I do have ideas. As a young black man who has grown up in a house with a mother, watching my mother go natural, and her being an influence, but also me thinking back on most of the women that I'm attracted to, most of the women that I've dated, like seriously dated, have been women with natural hair. So I do know that I prefer women with natural hair, but I don't have no qualms and stuff with women that don't like their hair, because I understand a bit what goes into that. But I'm not going to argue with anybody. But if somebody asks me my opinion, then I have an opinion. And if they don't like my opinion, then you shouldn't have asked. But this is a needed conversation. But I will say this is not the hill I'm willing to die on, but it is a needed conversation. So welcome everybody, because we're getting into it. Kenneth Wanamaker, my man, how you doing? Hey, Kenneth, I don't know what's happening. This is the second live stream in a row that you have been the first comment. Last time they kicked your comment out. I don't know why, but I appreciate you, my brother. Said there are unfortunately lots of blacks that hate themselves, which in terms is very, very sad. All those blacks that hate themselves need to be much more loving. Black is always beautiful, right? We got to relearn. We have to learn how to love ourselves. We have to real paradigm shifts, like breaking down the mindsets and all of the things that really went into shaping us who we are, so we can really understand why we operate and think the way we think. Jason Reels Network, what's going on? Everyday black women with that hair shows that we are conquerors. Yeah, hey. What's going on, Will Justice, my brother? How you doing? Nemesis says, keep it respectful, but some need to be said. You already know. Will says, sisters hate themselves so much they show it, how they destroy parts of themselves to show their self-hatred. I said, natural is best. Damn, Joe, I can't co-sign the tap dance and said natural hair all damn day and tomorrow. Hey, I like natural hair. I am not gonna die on that hill arguing with folk, but I like natural hair. I've always gravitated toward natural hair. I ain't arguing with nobody, but you see we having this conversation though. But I swear I don't have the energy to argue with somebody whether they want, especially the way this young man is doing in this video, to try to convince them to like what they like. Whatever. Natural hair is best. You don't disparage people. To my point, you'll never get through with criticism. Should love them. Should show them love. Hey, so I'm bald head. So, you know, hey, if I could grow my hair, I would. My hair would be long if I could grow it. I ain't even gonna front if I could grow it. But once again, I do think this is a needed conversation. This is a conversation that we do have to explore more. And I think we should explore it more from a logical academic standpoint and not just a feelings-based standpoint as well. So we got to get into it. I know most black men I know don't like wigs and weaves. A lot of times when I'm hearing conversations of women expressing that men like wigs and weaves, in my opinion, I believe a lot of times they're talking about like the hood dudes, because a lot of the hood dudes who still have that ninja mindset, they don't really care. But most of the black men that I know, they like the natural beauty of black women, especially the natural hair. And I like the different textures of hair that black women can have and all those things there. So Renee, how you doing, my sister? How you doing? Man, always good to have you here. He says, but I do give black women a little bit of grace, because it's not like it's going to be easy to stop doing something that the system is set up for them to do. Well, see, that's one of my points right there. It's like, once again, if a sister asks me my opinion, she better be ready for my opinion. But I also, like you're saying, Jason, I also know that right there may not be the turning point. I know black women in large, it won't be the turning point. Him going around doing this won't be the turning point. I'm not mad at him, and I overall don't disagree with him overall what he's doing. I just know this not the hill I wouldn't die on, but you know. Said, but any black man who says black women are naturally beautiful gets called thirsty or simple. I know, but I think, and see, that's why I started using the term ninja logic, because I think we need to start distinguishing between black people logic and ninja logic, right? Because just like you saying that comment right there, Nemesis, but any black man who says black women are naturally beautiful get called thirsty or simple, right? That's ninja logic though. That's people who, that's black women or whoever is saying that is coming out with a ninja logic, because somebody's celebrating how a person naturally looks is called crazy or thirsty or simping. That's wild. But a lot of that is people who call you that's because they don't like their natural selves as well. They don't like how they actually look for real. And that's a problem in our community. We know low self-esteem is rampant in the black community. Internalized inferiority, just did a live stream on it not too long ago. We know we have internalized inferiority. It's rampant within our community. It's deep. So we got to break those cycles to get that paradigm shift. So hope you cope well, Ren. Oh yeah, with Renee, stay strong. Yes, ma'am. Remember that a lot of brain stain come in with emotional manipulation. There you go. Always, we're always happy to have you here, Renee. We love you over here. Thank you. So y'all please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share, because we're getting deep into it today. So before I go any further and we jump off in these videos, let me go ahead and run my commercial real quick. You know how we do it. So I told y'all I was gonna get my merch shop up and running. So I've got it. So I want to show y'all my merch shop. So this is it. So I got some hats. So I got my own Shoulders of Giants hats available for order. I have shirts. This supposed to be like a canvas, some kind of shirt, jersey shirt. I don't know why they got that design, but it's a jersey shirt. Somebody wanted. Got the hoodies, regular shirts, heavy, what they call it, the heavy tee, tees for men's, unisex tees for women, everything. I got a mug. I gotta get this mug too. But this is the merch that I have available. See, I got my mug, I have my hats, and I have my apparel available. and all of that is the links and stuff are below and connected to the video. So I got my merch shop up and running, been working on that for a minute in the background to get my merch shop up and running. So I got it up and running. So if you want to support the channel, get you some merch, it's all available, links below and links attached to the video. Yeah, so you see I got my hat, so go ahead and get your merch so you can be cool like me and get your hat. All right, so we getting into this, man. You see, I'm natural, always been natural. I'm natural. You can't get more natural than this, right? All this stopped growing, all of that stopped growing. But I think my mom went natural, let's say 91, 92, I believe. I remember watching my mom go through the process of going away from the perms, because remember back in the days growing up, you know, I grew up born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, so it was the perms back then, them shiny perms that the young ladies used to have. So I remember my mom had a perm at one time, and then she cut the perm out and grew an afro, and my mom been rocking the afro ever since. Shoot, my daddy got an afro. Both my parents have the same hairstyle. That's kind of funny though. Your mom and your daddy got the same hairstyle. That's kind of funny, but they both have natural hair. My mom has always had natural hair, so I've always had an affinity for natural hair. You know, growing up in the house with a woman that have natural hair, so I've always had an affinity for natural hair. I do remember growing up in like high school time, being around a lot of these girls who at the time when I figured out what the weave was and started really understanding stuff and being around the girls, you hug a girl or you leaning on the girl and you smell a weave and it don't smell good. So I've never really been a fan of wigs and weaves. I always thought that like only old women wore wigs and stuff. And so when I started, you know, really understanding more about wigs and like growing up and, you know, getting more knowledge and stuff, it's like, okay, well, but it was never a big deal to me if a woman wanted to wear a wig or not. Now, I always wondered, especially for me, because I saw it as different categories of women, right? One who they like wigs and weaves, and one who can't go outside without the wigs and weaves. And I think that's the group I want to really hone in on. It's the group of women, our Black women, who they don't feel beautiful without wigs or weave. That's the group we want to hone in on today. For us, the young man in the video may not, but for us, honing in on the Black women who feel like that they're not beautiful without the accessories. Because now we're getting into the self-esteem issues. Now we're getting into the socialization. Now we're getting into how they've been programmed over the years and how even some other Black women play into that negative programming. Because we're even going to hit on some of this in some of these videos. So you check some of these comments real quick and then we're going to get into it. Jamani Council said, I try not to bash horsehair girls. It might be further damaging. I make it a point of duty to compliment natural hair girls so they know I see them if they get more compliments, for real. So now I for real, like I said, I'm not gonna fight that battle, but if you ask me my opinion, I'm gonna tell them, and then I'm gonna back it up with information that I have, right? One time for Renee being not down with the blasted wigs. There you go, hot on their head, there you go. If they get more compliments when they're not wearing the horsehair, it might encourage them to wear it natural all the time. And you know what, Jamani, you know what? I think about that, but I think the conditioning is so deep, because think about the conversation. Think about the number of Black women that we've seen come online, especially with this TikTok, everybody doing the TikTok videos and stuff, right? But even before TikTok, you would hear Black women complain. To them, they're complaining. They're like, when they go out with their hair not done and no makeup on, and they have on like they not dressed up, they not dolled up, they don't have the hair, they don't have the best clothes, whatever, they just dashing out to the store or something. I hear Black women talk about how they get hollered at by men more in their natural state than they do when they're dolled up. But then to them, they don't like it. They don't like, I've heard a number of black women who do not like for black men to compliment them or try to talk to them when they're in their natural state, because they feel like they're in their ugly state. But when a man compliments them or tries to holler at them when they put the stuff on, to them it's more authentic. They don't, when complimented in that extra natural state, to them it's not authentic. But that shows us the depth of the conditioning that a lot of our women have. And even a lot of other black women reinforce those negative tropes, those negative narratives, those negative images within the community. So even looking at it from a systematic standpoint, but also understanding that a lot of that stuff is on autopilot within our community as a whole, because we know the black community as a whole is suffering from vacant esteem. The black community as a whole is suffering from internalized inferiority. Now, specifically today, we're focusing on black women and their hair. So, but enough of me yapping. Please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share, hit that hype button as well. Let's get into Stop Playing Trey. This first video is shutting down the lies about wigs one by one. You know, I think black women are the most beautiful women on earth. A lot of times, I've been frustrated a lot of times with not understanding why a lot of black women don't see their natural beauty in themselves. I've had plenty of conversations with women, and remember, I've been podcasting for over 12 years, so I've had thousands and thousands and thousands of conversations, and not just that. In my professional work, having to interview people, I've interviewed thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of people from all walks of life, and especially like a lot of black women. And the internalized inferiority is real. The internalized self-hate is real. The idea that my natural self is not beautiful is heartbreaking. So, you know, but that's an inside job for us to have to fix for ourselves. Remember, the white man came in and destroyed our house, but we got to clean up our house. There you go, Renee, getting them compliments. And it is fantastic. I believe as a black woman, when somebody compliments you on your naturalness, that's the ultimate compliment. But at the same time, I've matured enough to understand that I can't make somebody recognize a compliment, and so I can't make them love themselves either. All we can do is be there when they're ready. Goddess Yemin Ya, how you doing, my sister? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? So a lot of our people are unaware of this. You're right. A lot of our people have no idea what's going on. So this first video, the first two young ladies that he interviewed in this video, these pretty good conversations. So let's check this out. Please hit that like button.
Excuse me, ma'am. What is the most beautiful thing about a black woman?
Our personality.
Your personality.
Yes, although we, get ridiculed for it in the workplace, relationships, what have you. Like, there's nothing like a black woman. We're funny. We're quick. We'll tell you the truth.
Okay.
And we're just real.
What about like a physical trait, if you could name one? Your hair.
My hair.
So that's interesting, because when I look around, I see a lot of black women wearing other women's hair.
So about it, but
wait, what? Explain that though. What do you mean?
I have hair. I know I have, and these are passion twists. I did it myself, but I have natural hair. I don't mind wearing my natural hair. I'm also a mother, so I feel like being a black woman is beautiful, and a lot of women are there too. Like, we put extensions in our hair when we're going out, when we want to express our different personalities, and that doesn't mean that we don't like our hair, but being black, historically, we have been taught to hate our hair. So there is a natural hair movement. There's festivals, there's podcasts, everything based around our hair. So I'm noticing a lot more black women that do. We just still choose to, switch up our looks.
So don't you think we should ban wigs and weaves?
No.
Why not?
Because we look good in all of them.
But so, like you stated before, it started from like people telling you your hair was ugly, and a lot of so I mean, your ancestors, they got scrutinized for their natural hair. So then black women started to resort to things like wigs and weaves because they felt they're not beautiful and they're not.
So well, let me say this. Once again, the young Thundercat got a lot more energy than I do. And I think I can see a little farther than the young Thundercat. Overall, I don't disagree. Some of his methods I probably wouldn't try, but overall, I don't disagree with the overall message he's trying to spread. Now, the banning of wigs and weaves, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Like the banning of it, like women are not gonna go for that, and black women are not gonna go for that, because I think one of the approaches that we should take with this is, instead of immediately going to the banning of wigs and weaves, we need to work on correcting our mentality, correcting how we see ourselves, how we view ourselves, right? How we have learned to view ourselves, how we learned to think about ourselves. Attacking that first, or going toward the paradigm shift first, because they're talking about how we're having more of a natural hair movement, right? So that natural hair movement, a lot of that comes from education, from getting into the community and educating black women, and black women educating other black women, and even some black men educating black women, but taking a sensible approach. The approach, I don't agree with his approach, because his approach is always going to get pushback from women because of how he's approaching them with his questions. But once again, I do agree that we do need to be on the forefront of helping our community to learn to love ourselves as who we are, rather than trying to fit somebody else's standard. Now, as a bald head man, there are a lot of other things within that women do and women think and all that I don't understand, that I have opinions about, but I don't really understand it from the firsthand account. But just what I do know is that even when they get more into the historical talk, historically, like wigs and weaves black women have historically always wore hair accessories, wigs, weaves, all types of other stuff. I was just looking at a video the other day of I think it was the Himba tribe, and how they use cow dung as an accessory within their hair and do different things. So black women historically have worn wigs, weaves, and things like that. Now, the caveat is now racism, white supremacy, and the white standard of beauty that has now been inserted. So now we do have these caveats. And so, in my opinion, I think we have a good number. I think we have a larger number of black women who wear wigs and weaves because they don't like the way they actually look. They don't really like themselves. And I think we have a smaller portion of black women who wear the wigs and weaves because of whatever other consequences. Philip, you're saying no, they don't. You're saying that's BS to what exactly? You're saying no, they don't. That's BS to what exactly?
State. So I'm saying, don't you think we should get rid of wigs and weaves so we can get away from black women being insecure about their natural hair?
No, because when it comes to learning yourself, developing, and just being grown, and also raising children, I have a daughter, you should teach them and teach yourself to love yourself in all of your stages.
But don't you think you lead by example?
Oh, I do lead by example. My daughter, I tell her in the mirror every day. She's 1 year old, right, but I still tell her she's beautiful. So she can be beautiful with a wig, without a wig. Women still will talk about you if your wig is.
Philip, you trying to tell me that we can't go back to ancient Egypt and seeing black women with wigs on? Because what exactly did I mean by historically? No, that's not a stretch. That's accurate. Historically, black women throughout the world have wore wigs and weaves and hair accessories and hair extensions and stuff. Look it up. It's not something new. You think that's new? Look it up, Philip.
not on point. Your braids are, you know, just getting a little old, what have you.
But that's what I've noticed. Like the people who talk about Black women's hair, it's always other Black women, and then that makes Black women become insecure. So you guys start putting on wigs and weaves. But the best thing for you guys to do is just wear your natural hair, because that is how you set a great example for your child, not by putting on a wig or a weave.
No, because then there are people aside from Black women who do talk about our hair. Like sometimes, unfortunately, it's Black men. Sometimes it is other men who are from other races. That
well, see, at this point, she did tell on herself. She did tell on Black women, because a lot of the ridicule, and you're gonna hear another woman say, a lot of the ridicule that they get do come from Black women. Most of the ridicule that they get comes from Black women. But not, so I do agree with him on that. Like a lot of Black men get blamed for the ridicule, but if you actually let them talk and let them actually tell the question, I mean, actually let them like really answer it, they will tell you the truth. Pat says, historically, Black women have worn hair pieces. All Black women have. Black women are not exception. But I wasn't wearing the Europeans. Right. But we're not saying, but that's why I added the caveat that I added. That's why I added the caveat, that the caveat was the insertion of white supremacy. So with the insertion of white supremacy, now we have a different reason of why a lot of Black women wear their wigs and weaves. But historically, Black women have worn wigs and weaves for various reasons. But because of now white supremacy, of course, that's why, and I did say, I believe the majority of Black women wear the wigs and weaves because of the effects of white supremacy. That's what I'm saying. But it's not something new. So, but back to the point that the young lady was saying, a lot of the ridicule comes from within the Black women community towards themselves, because once again, it's an expression of the self-hate that they have for themselves. And if you look like me, then of course I'm gonna have that same hatred towards you.
I will want to touch your hair, talk about your hair, what have you, like, oh, she has on a wig, or, you know, just trying to like embarrass you. And then, you know, next thing you know, you're beautiful bald headed, you're beautiful with a shortcut, you're beautiful with your afro, what have you. So it's not just Black women tearing other Black women on.
See, I would say that weaves would be okay, but the thing is, they have chemicals in them, and they have a lot of things that can harm the Black woman. Because I was just having a debate with a young lady last night. She told me she wore like fake hair for like 28 years. She would love her hair to be down here, but because she keeps wearing weaves, her hair doesn't grow because she keeps breaking it off with the weaves. So it's not really a protective hairstyle.
It is, because Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and like a lot of women, including myself, your hair does grow in protective hairstyle. She's just not oiling her scalp. She's not going to the right person. They're probably taking her hair out. She probably don't wash her hair like that. She's doing something that she needs to switch up in her routine. But wigs, waves, braids, all that stuff is protective hairstyle.
The thing is,
so and to that point, I did a little research earlier. So she's right. So if the Black women are taking care of their hair and the so-called protective hairstyles, because the protective hairstyles only protect if you do whatever the routine is supposed to be, if you do it right. If you don't do it right, it's not protecting anything. So it's not a protective style if you don't do it right. But if they do it right, it does. The wigs and weaves don't cause as much a problem to the Black woman's hair if they take care of it. The ones who are having the biggest issues are the ones who are not taking care of their hair, who just slap the wigs and weaves as a replacement for actually taking care of their hair. Now, with that being said, I'm still an advocate for natural. But a fact is a fact. So RBG Tech, we always talk about what's in the person's head and not what's on it. But we're talking about what's on a person's head, because what's in their head is not affecting what they put on their head. So and Pat says, historically, Black women have straightened their hair as well. Plenty of ancient drawings with straight hair. Maybe if all Black men that criticize the fake hair don't date women with fake hair, maybe it would change. Now, that's a Jason Reels. That's a good point. Now, thinking about that though, the women who wear fake hair, men, that whatever beauty standards that they are adhering to is still being reinforced by the type of men that like that, by the type of men that they like and the type of men that like that. It's still being reinforced by a sect of men. Why I agree with you, because that's why I was kind of giving my personal examples earlier, but I've always gravitated towards women with natural hair. Now that I think about it, I don't think since high school might have been the last time I seriously dated a woman who didn't have natural hair. That might have, and I graduated high school in 2002. So 2002 may be the last time I dated a woman who didn't have natural hair. So I gravitate towards women with natural hair, but there's still legions and legions and legions and legions of women out there who are going to wear the wigs and the weaves because there are still men who are going to reinforce those beauty standards because, you know, hood dudes still, you know, still do that. So I agree with you, but it's still going to be a group of men out there who reinforce that. They don't want to wear these styles in public until the early 80s. They didn't want to the early 80s. Both Derek and the film 10 popularized use of systematic hair to represent traditional African hairstyles. Fake ones get played with. These chicks be balding due to wearing these. You still have to exposure. You still have the exposure to the toxic chemicals they use to process the hair. Says Tijan law was imposed to keep black women from doing traditional. Yeah, I remember I was going to talk about the Tijan law when they had to wrap up their hair, and that became the style, and white women didn't like that. My mom used Amia oil for her hair. I don't know what my mom used, but my mom have been growing good and strong forever. So, but let's get back to it. But to the latest point though, you do have to take care of your hair. If you're wearing the wigs and weaves, you do have to take care of your hair. And I have met women who wear wigs and weaves who take care of their hair, and their hair has grown. And I've met women who wear wigs and weaves who don't take care of their hair, and their hair has been destroyed. No matter what you're wearing, you still got to take care of your hair. With that being said, I would prefer our women to not wear them.
So it grows much faster without a wig though, or without a weave, because without you having that in there, that friction from the fake hair actually breaks your natural hair. So when you put that in, now they could have took you maybe 3 years to have hair down here, but it took you maybe 10 because you keep putting in wigs and weaves. So by you taking a shortcut, you think you're helping yourself in the short term, but it's really hurting you in the long run.
Again, it goes into your routine. Like my hair grows, and also people need to start taking their vitamins. Like, so I know when I was pregnant, like they have you take multivitamins, and that's also what grows your hair, genetics. Like, but leaving it alone does, especially if you have like 4C, type 4, what have you. Like, you know, just all that combing and just all that manipulation, it does break off your hair eventually.
And last question: do you think it's unfair for Black women to tell white women they can't wear box sprays and braids and culturally Black hairstyles, but then Black women go and put on wigs and weaves and wigs that look exactly like a white woman's hair?
You can wear whatever you want to wear, like, but at the end of the day, like, don't go around saying that you invented the style because no, you did it. Like, you need to do your history on what have you, because there's culture vultures, there's, you know, appropriations, what have you. So, but you can wear whatever you want to wear. Whatever, as a woman, you should be able to do what you want to do. But, like, you know, just know what you're doing.
I rock with that. It was nice to meet you, man.
I definitely agree with her when she said that, you know, it's okay for white women to wear any type of box braids, things like that. But if they're trying to claim these hairstyles as their culture and say that they created them, I do have an issue there, because that is not true. If you just do simple research, Vikings, they're only about 6,000 years old, maybe even less than that, I believe. So it would be impossible for them to have created the braids that Black people have already been doing since thousands and hundreds of thousands of years ago. So come on now. But I do disagree with every woman should be able to do what she wants. We can clearly see tons of Black women doing exactly what they want to do by putting on these wigs, these weaves. And not only are they hurting themselves, but they're hurting the generations of little girls and boys that are coming up after them. Because when little girls see, you know, mommy wearing wigs and weaves all the time, then she's going to want to do it too. She's not going to learn how to do her hair. Then she's going to say she hates her hair. Then the little boys growing up, they're going to think this is what a Black woman is supposed to be like.
Kiki,
so it's
how
just
you doing,
a long curse that
it's time.
that needs to be stopped?
What's the most beautiful thing about it?
So I think listening to him, I still think the why behind the wearing the wigs and weaves matters. It's still a why behind, because for one, no matter how much Black women don't like other women wearing said hairstyles, they're not going to be able to stop them from doing it. So I'm not even going to go down the road of should such and such wear these hairstyles. Ain't nobody gonna, Black people ain't gonna stop nobody from doing nothing that they want to do. We not. And it is contradictory to tell another group that they can't wear your style while their style is all you wear. Matter of fact, you can't be one of those Black women who are telling white women that they can't wear said hairstyles, and you are afraid to show your natural hair. Now, them claiming the styles is a whole nother thing. Come on, man. We know the damn Vikings ain't invent no damn broad sprays. We know that. So defending the history is another thing, but they're not going to stop no other group from wearing the styles. But also, you are being a hypocrite if you are saying, if you got on a full blonde wig trying to tell a white girl she can't wear a style that Black women wear. I mean, come on now, you look like a fool, you know. But at the same time, like, the why behind why you're wearing the wigs, right? The why behind why you're wearing the weaves. Because as Black men, if we as Black men, if we say, oh, Black women copying Asian women and white women, they're copying Asian women and white women all in one style, all in the same thing, all of them. But a lot of Asian women too, but Asian women and white women. You made me lose my point. What I was gonna say? Damn it, Pat. What I was gonna say? Dang it. But the reason, the why behind. What's the why behind Black women wearing the wigs and the weaves? As Black men, we're not going to convince the majority of Black women from stopping and wearing those styles, right? Like I said earlier, if we really want to end that, if we want to slow it down, if we want to bring it to a halt, instead of saying, hey, Black women, don't wear the wigs and weaves, I think we need to attack the mentality behind wearing the wigs and weaves, like I said earlier. So, because we're looking at like the people's personal, the perception, I guess you could say the argument of the perception of personal style versus social influence. Are you a woman who's wearing the wigs and weaves because of your personal style, or are you the woman who's wearing the wigs and weaves because of the social influence or the social pressures or something like that? I'm guessing so. So what hairstyle are we predicted? To wearing? I don't know. And see that, and see that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, that's why I say this is not a hill that I'm willing to die on. This is not a hill that I'm willing to fight on, but it's a good conversation, right? But because I don't know. Like, I know what hairstyles I would prefer to see Black women in, but at the same time, I can't make you do nothing. I can't make you wear what I want to wear and all that thing. So, yeah, like Pat said, wear what you want. This is why I would never shame another Black man for being with a white woman or any other race. Hey, man. And see, that's another hill I ain't willing to die on. You know what I'm saying? So, look, like, everybody gonna have their opinion. Everybody gonna have their thoughts. Everybody gonna have whatever hill that they stand on with that. That's why I go back to getting to the why behind it. If at the end of the day, you are a Black woman and you cannot walk outside, like, you feel totally ugly, you feel the worst of the worst without the makeup, without the lashes, without the wig, without all this, the accessories or the enhancements. If you're a Black woman and you just cannot step outside in your natural state, Now we got a problem. We got a problem. We got a problem. Well, see, it said as long as it's natural, I love it. I'm not with that mixing nonsense. Yeah, I'm all black, but I ain't finna argue with nobody. You say I don't think we're trying to copy white women in order to enter the white supremacy workspace. We had to look a particular way. Yeah, but I agree with that. Like, but I do think there's a good number of black women who want to look like white women, who want to emulate white women, who want to do that because they don't like their natural selves. I don't think you're one, Renee. I definitely don't think you're one, but I think there's a good number of black women who, and I've talked to some who really don't like their black selves. But I do agree, like there were black women who were changing their hair and those fit standards of the workplace. But I do think there's a good number of black women who don't like themselves and want to be white. So the white man can get black women to go natural, date them. Black women, a lot of black women do go natural to date white men. But there's also another stereotype of you can kind of tell when a black woman is dating a white man because she had that trash wig on. So there's those two stereotypes. So what up though? G Money, what up though? What's going on this good Saturday, man? Nemesis says it's not the choice, it's the need. If I'm into people needing to be other people, if you can't be yourself, hey, there you go. There you go. There you go. Say we couldn't wear afros to work. Yeah. Another reason we need to separate. Jason Reels, to be honest. So let's get to this second conversation. I thought the conversation in this video was the best conversations he had. So
a black woman.
I would say on our spirit.
Okay. Love that.
I would say
I agree with that.
Our strength, our integrity.
What about like a physical trait? If you could name
it. Trait?
Yeah.
I would say our hair.
Your hair.
Our hair. It has a lot of meaning, especially within our community. So I would say our hair.
And I also agree with that. But why do you think a lot of other black women don't agree with that? Just so they would also say hair, but actions speak louder than words, and they wear like wigs and weaves and other people's hair. So why do you think that they do these practices?
I mean, I think also our hair has been stigmatized for a long time. And I think a lot of black women, unfortunately, are the scapegoats of a lot of racism, a lot of sexism, unfortunately. And I think our hair sort of falls into that category as well. And so I think because of that, we were told for a period of time, seeing white women, straight hair is what's beautiful. That's what was advertised in magazines and TV. That was what we thought was beautiful. And so I feel like now we're finally realizing like your natural hair is beautiful. You're enough with just wearing your natural hair. But I also do think like braids, because I love braids. I mean, I'm wearing my natural hair right now, but I also love braids. I love, adding extra hair to my hair sometimes. But I think it just is a confidence thing. Sometimes it's nice to try new things, try things out. And so I think that.
Do you think that may be a bad thing for black women to do, like adding fake hair to your hair? Is that more beneficial or more negative for you?
I mean, I think it depends on maybe the reasoning for doing it. Because I know for me, sometimes like it's really just a personal, it's just something I like to do personally. It just makes me feel different. I like trying different styles with my hair, makes me feel more confident. So I think it's a personal preference, honestly.
What do you mean it makes you feel different? Because I mean, like
different, not in the sense of like
from other people.
No, not like better, superior, anything like that. More so like it makes me feel unique. Because like I said, the standard is like straight hair is what's beautiful. And so wearing your natural hair and being able to experiment, even if it is wearing weave or wearing braids or trying different hair colors or textures, I think it's all just what makes you feel special and unique. And I think we should all feel like that, especially as black women.
So I think you would be the most unique, this is my opinion, if you just wear your natural hair. Because I understand that. When I look around, like I don't see black women really wearing their natural hair. Like you're one of the first today that I've seen. So it's like they always put in the weave, the wigs, and then they want to do the straight hair wigs when they do wigs, which indicates they're trying to be like a European or a white woman.
I understand that. And I understand why people had that opinion, especially even black men. I understand that.
Right.
I think, like I said, because of what we've seen, especially as women and black women, like we were not the standard for a long time. It was white women, that European look that people.
Well, black women still aren't the standard. Let's make that clear. Let's not let social media fool us. Black women still aren't the standard. And natural hair still isn't the standard in the Black community. Once again, if we're talking about a natural hair movement, that means that a minority is pushing a campaign to get more people on board. So this idea that is held by a minority of the population can be held by a majority of the population. And so I think we let social media lie to us sometimes to give us a false perception of reality, right? But also listening to the young man, once again, his overall idea of embracing natural, I agree. I can see his approach is lacking a bit of historical context as well. Once again, like I said earlier, Black women wearing hair extensions, wearing the weave, wearing the wig, wearing any kind of hair accessories, it's not new. It's not something that Black women just started doing during slavery, right? Now, what happened during slavery is a beauty standard, and then a beauty standard was created, and then tools to be able to match that beauty standard were also created, or even those tools were continued to be used, but now under a new paradigm. So people who have always wore wigs and weaves, now they're wearing wigs and weaves under a new paradigm, under a new mindset. So now it is, I'm not wearing the wigs and weaves for the reasons we did in the past. We're wearing wigs and weaves now because we want to look like white women, because white women are the standard of beauty. And let's not lie. We know for us on this live stream, for us, white women isn't the standard of beauty for us. But once again, white women are the standard of beauty. And like Jason said, the Crown Act being passed, that's an attack on, hey, you can't, that's them telling you that they don't want, you had to pass the Crown Act to make it legal for Black women to wear their natural hair without the society telling them you can't do this, especially in the workplaces and all those things there. Will, you know why we ain't achieving autonomy. Will, you know that. And you know why we going to our employers for employment. I mean, why we going to our enemies for employment. Will, you know that. You know Black folk ain't put in no work to create our own en masse. We know that. We know that. Black people, we say we're the culture. And we are an influential culture when it comes to entertainment and fashion and all those, but we don't control. Once again, participation does not mean control. We create the culture and don't control it. We can't even control the things that we create. We're not going to control our own destinies. And we damn sure don't control the paradigms that we exist in, which is a problem. But let's continue with this conversation. Please hit that like button.
Wanted us to have, and
Right.
like, we're shapely, we have all types of kinks and coils in our hair, you know, we are all different complexions. And so I think we're finally getting to a point where now we're embracing that. But I think there's still a lot of stigma, there's still a lot of judgment from everybody. And so I think we're getting to a point where now we're realizing, like, wait, I don't have to put on like that armor, that mask, or cover up my hair the way that I dress just so people will like me or love me.
So how do we get more Black women to think like you? Because when I speak to a lot of them actually fight me, and they say, oh, we can wear our wigs, we can wear our weaves.
I mean, we can. I think we should be able to wear whatever makes us feel confident. I do agree with wearing your natural hair. Yes, it's beautiful, but I do understand why. Like I said, I love weave. I love wearing braids. I love adding extensions. I think it's really just a preference, and I think whatever makes, you know, Black women feel confident is what they should be able to wear. I don't think that they should be confined to just one thing, you know?
Have you heard about that?
Well, the problem in what she's saying at that is, if you feel confident, if the only time you feel confident is when you're wearing somebody else's hair, it's a problem. The only time you feel confident is when You got like the wigs and the weaves, and if you still permanent, if that's the only time you feel confident, that's a problem. But that's the thing that I think a lot of these women are dancing around and don't want to address it, don't want to admit that it's a large number of Black women who they feel the most confident, they feel the most beautiful, they feel the most on point when they have the wigs and the weaves and the makeup and the lashes and the extensions, all those things in, when it's not natural. And then I saw some post the other day. Then we see a lot of other disingenuous stuff around the term natural, because I see some women who are not in the best shape. Some women who are not in shape, basically. I just say I see some women who are not in shape who are trying to make it seem like if you're a woman who's in shape, then you're not natural. And they're trying to say that natural is out of shape, and if you're in shape, that's not what natural. First of all, taking care of yourself is a good thing, but natural is who you are. But what's wrong with taking care of yourself? Just like your hair, if you're gonna take care of your hair, why not take care of your body? But that's still, you still under the category of natural. That's ignorant to say that, right? But it's like a lot of the mindsets that a lot of people have when it comes to being natural, and then trying to extend the definition of natural so they can fit into it, because they know they may not, because they're saying I'm natural, but they have the wigs and the weaves. No, we're not talking about your body, lady. We're talking about hair. And there's men like natural bodies as well. Men like natural women. And then you'll hear some women saying, well, when men always talk about they like the natural women, but I see they be messing with the girls with the BBLs. Yeah, but who are those men messing with them? Who are those men? Those are the men that you want, but those are not the quality men. Those are not the men that should be representing our community. Those are not the men that you shouldn't be even interested in, but you are. Because we never have a conversation about the quality or the caliber of man who does such and such. They're just like, a man, I seen the man, well, who was he? Who was he? And is this a man that you would have sex with? Is this a man that you would lay down with? Because if so, then you need to check yourself. There's nothing better than natural, but you got to remember though, our minds have been scrambled up. We don't like ourselves. Of course, you're going to have a lot of people railing against natural. We don't like ourselves. Right, Renee.
The chemicals that can cause like cancer and fibroids and stuff like that.
I definitely do. And I definitely understand why it's not always a good thing to keep your hair braided or removed, because of the health reasons behind it. So that's why I normally wear braids. That's just easy for me. It's convenient. It's easy for me to get up and go to have to and not have to worry about my hair sometimes.
But why not braids with just natural hair and no fake hair?
I was gonna say, but what I just took out of my hair, I've been actually getting my own natural hair braided and letting it just be free, and it's just all my hair. And that way I can kind of have the best of both worlds. I have my hair, but I also have braids, which I really love, without adding the weave, without adding, extensions. But there are times where, like, if I want to do like individuals, knotless braids, I'm gonna add some. I don't think that it should be like a negative thing. I think it's really whatever makes Black women feel confident.
So you don't feel like insecure about wearing your natural hair?
For a while I did, but that's because when I was a kid I was teased. Like I was saying.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
By who?
Teased.
If you can remember. If you don't remember, it's fine.
It was a lot of different people. It was some people, like in elementary school, boys would tease me, girls would tease me. It really was no difference. And like,
she knows who teased her. That's why she smiled. Other black girls teased her about her hair the most. She still has insecurity about wearing her natural hair. She feels better about it, but she still has insecurity about wearing her natural hair. And the most of the people that teased her were black girls when she was growing up. Now she's trying to sully it down and water it down, but come on, stop the lie. We already know who are the main critics of it. The group who hates themselves will criticize other people who show the most natural version of themselves. We know that. It said white supremacist is rearing his head up. What's up is down. What's down is up. So people are pumpkin. All my aunts and mothers had fibroids from the chemicals in perms. It's also like natural beauty. What I mean by that, real hair, natural, a beautiful skin, and very comfortable body weight. Also like women who eat healthy. That's also equates to being natural. Right. And that's why I made the point I made earlier, like debunking the stuff of a woman saying that her being overweight is natural and a woman being in shape is not. That's crazy. It's crazy. Taking care of yourself is natural. It's what you're supposed to do. It makes sense.
And who was teasing me. But for me, I did hide for a long time. I hid behind braids, weaves, all of what you just named. And now I'm getting to the point as I'm getting older where it's like, no, I don't want to hide. I don't want to confine to what the world wants me to confine to.
And you can tell she still has some of the insecurity about how she answered the question, about how she smiled, and she kind of you know, didn't jump into it. It was
and so now I'm getting to a point where I'm like,
sorry about that.
Sorry, where I'm confident to wear my natural hair, but it's a journey. And I think that's why for Black women, like I said, now we're getting to the point where we're confident in wearing our natural hair. But for a while, like, I mean, I think that people were so judgmental and the world being judgmental and the racism that, you know, we experienced as a Black community. But I think Black women, especially, our hair was a part of that, you know? So
I would love to see more Black women to wear their natural hair, because before colonization, like, we weren't putting in wigs, we weren't straightening our hair, we weren't trying to wear weaves, and all this is rooted in white supremacy. So
that's not,
if we can get Black women to,
but that's not true. That part is not his. Once again, his, I think some of his animosities, his historical limits. Once again, wigs and weaves are not new to Black women. Black women didn't just start wearing wigs and weaves like when the United States happened, and after that, like historically, Black women have wore wigs and weaves. The difference now is the system of white supremacy and the mindset that it put on Black people. But he doesn't know his history. He don't know his history. Taking care of yourself ain't natural in America, and you, sir, are going to stop attacking. You're right. Being on, not taking care of yourself, being addicted to stuff, and, you know, letting yourself go, that's natural. This woman complimented me while I was at a Jamaican restaurant about my hair. Right after that, the Jamaican woman mistreated with my order. I never went back. Hey, see, it be our own people a lot, because that's the self-hatred. I don't mind the fake hair if it's something that resembles the natural hair, because all women get extensions or what. And hey, and exactly. And I think as men, you know, you like what you like. Like I say, I don't agree with Buddy's approach, and all of his information ain't there. Of course, do we want more of our women to be comfortable being natural? Yes. Now, I wouldn't take his approach, but I do think these are conversations that we can have with our women in a sensible way. Like, these two conversations were sensible. When I get to the second video, you're going to see more and more why I say his approach ain't the best. He approached these women different than he approached other women. So it is rooted in white supremacy. They want to copy the precious thing in America. Hey, okay. So
be who they are naturally, then the kids will also grow up seeing what a real Black woman is.
I agree. I do think that Black women can still be real and genuine, even if they wear weave. I do. I think personally, it's what makes.
But what type of wig though? Because I can understand, like, if you're saying my hair is, I can't do it right now, so I put on an Afro wig or a wig that looks like my hair. I can understand that. But if you go and put on a whole wig that looks like white and Asian women's hair, and a lot of the wigs are literally coming from little Asian girls and stuff, that doesn't make any sense to me. Right. But that kind of shows you don't like your own hair texture, maybe.
Thank you for watching the video. If you would like,
but also we're also talking about a section of the community who pretty much is the worst, because a lot of times we are criticizing the worst of Black America when it comes to that, right? We're not criticizing the best of Black America a lot of times. It's the worst of Black America. They don't know no damn better. Hey, Nubian King, what about these males wearing fake braids? Throw them away. Throw them away. Any man wearing fake braids, fake hair and the thing, throw them away. Throw them away. Just push them down the hill. Innumerable original means my head and determine one's destiny. What you place on your head determine what you think. Blonde and brunette wigs are not your natural hair. It also determines your attitude. Okay. Okay. So this is another one, another video by Stop Playing Trey. Said Black women stop wearing blonde wigs, and that goes into Dan's comment. I'm not for. Come on, man. You already know. Black people in America, most of Black people in the world are not naturally blonde. There's a real small minority of Black people who are naturally blonde. A small minority of Black people who are naturally blonde. Most people that we're talking about is confined to the Solomon Islands. It's very rare you'll get Black people who are naturally blonde. It can happen, but it's very rare. But most of the time when you hear somebody say, well, some Black people can be naturally blonde, they talking about the small group of Black people from the Solomon Islands. That's what they talk about. They're not talking about no Black person from America, and they're not talking about Black people in Africa. All right, so let's stop that. There you go. No toxic hair. Yeah, I think we should move away from it, but understand that the ones of us who are the least educated, the least motivated, the ones who are on the ones who have it the worst, the ones who are struggling, the ones who are on the bottom of us, the ones who don't care, they're not gonna care. So this is for those of us who care. Gotta learn to love ourselves. Black people, we don't love ourselves. The wigs and the weaves will never come off until we learn to love ourselves as individuals and as a collective. Just like a lot of these women are saying, a lot of these women have said, hey, well, I went out looking like this and I was criticized by Black women. Right, because they're projecting their self-hate on you and wanting you to join them in the misery. So let's check out this other video. This brother's approach is totally different in this. Please hit that like button, y'all. Oh, hold up. Let me.
Excuse me. Do you guys think if you're Black, is it okay to want to be white?
Why?
I'm just asking, is it okay to want to be white?
We're good, thank you.
You don't want to answer that question?
No.
Oh, it's because I'm white. If you're Black, is it okay to want to be white?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Is that why a lot of Black women today want to be white?
Not me though. So.
Not you, but the ones who straighten their hair all the time.
Oh no, we don't want to be white when we straighten out here.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
But where did you guys get that from?
Myself.
No, you did not.
Now it's 2 a.m. on a Sunday, and I gotta go to work on a Monday, and you got me out here looking crazy.
As Black people, do you think it's okay to want to be white?
It's okay to be whatever the fuck you want to be because you got a wig on. You obviously ain't Black or white. I mean, I don't know what you is at this point.
What are you talking about? This is my hair.
It's given Black and it's given white. So what are you?
Okay, but why do a lot of Black women today want to be white?
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I could tell it's not you guys, but I'm talking about the ones that straighten their hair and wear blonde wigs.
That's their choice.
They're just not comfortable in the skin that they're in.
They just want a nice hairstyle.
A nice hairstyle?
Yeah.
So why can't they do it with their natural hair? Why do they have to straighten it? No. I was born this way. That's different. What do you mean take my hat off? No, but y'all can't answer that?
Can you answer that?
If you're Black, is it okay to want to be white?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Is that why a lot of Black women today want to be white?
Not me though. So.
Not you, but the ones who straighten their hair all the time.
Oh no, we don't want to be white women straight out here.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
But where did you guys get that from?
Myself.
No, you did not. Who are you voting for?
Nobody.
So I do want to say this too. Let's also acknowledge that he's just interviewing random people as well. So he's running up on people asking specific questions. A lot of these girls don't really give a shit about this. Let's just be real. Like the young girls in the pink, they ain't really give a shit about what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So let's be fair. Also, let's understand these young girls, they don't know no damn better. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. And that's it. They don't know. And neither does he. He's lost too, Will. He's lost too. He is lost too. His approach ain't the best. And once again, I don't think you're going to get more black women to stop wearing wigs and weaves doing what he's doing and trying to one up and you know, he's trying to expose people. He's trying to make himself seem smarter than the women that he's interviewing. And that's why he's going to continue to get a lot of pushback from his approach. Do we want our women to be natural? Yes, but this approach ain't the best approach.
So why don't a lot of black people like to vote today?
I don't know.
Why don't you want to vote?
Why, you filming me?
Yeah, we're just trying to see, because a lot of black people don't like to vote anymore. I'm just trying to see why that is.
Well, let's skip this.
Sometimes I don't take the time out to go vote
Oh, you just don't feel like doing it.
when I want to.
This was good, you know, just express yourself in a.
But Trump don't like blacks.
Do you prefer black women to wear their hair natural or fake?
I feel like natural is good, you know, just express yourself in a natural way.
Okay.
It's a good image for yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think a lot of them want to be white?
Absolutely not.
Are you sure?
Beautiful. Very sure.
Black is beautiful, but subconsciously, they all want to be white.
Where'd you find that from?
The ones who straighten their hair want to be white.
Absolutely not. Some of them just want to, you know, just be naturally beautiful and love themselves.
Man, that young man don't know what the hell he talking about. This dude just fell out of his mother's vagina 2 years ago. He don't know what the dude Trey, he don't know what the hell Trey talking about. And that's one of the disadvantages of the people who are getting interviewed by this. Look, I've done street interviews before. I know how it goes. When I do street interviews, I don't set people up. We're going to have a conversation before we do this. And I'm not going to set you up to make you look stupid. I'm not in the business of setting people up to make them look stupid. So if you ever see my street interviews, no, I ain't going to set people up to make them look stupid. If they make themselves look stupid, that's on them. But this young man don't know what the hell but he's talking. This young man has never probably even thought about self-esteem and why black people think about ourselves the way we think about, especially why black women wear their hair the way they wear their hair. He's young. He grew up in the social media era. He probably think that that's just what black people do, for women to walk around with all these different types of wigs and all this stuff, like especially the way they do it today, especially the ones who do not feel comfortable coming outside in their natural state. Those are the worst offenders. Those are the worst ones. They do not like themselves, which is a problem. If you don't like yourself as you truly are, that's a problem. You have a pathology. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with women, like you pop up on them or FaceTime, whatever, like, oh my God, you can't see me like this. I look horrible. You look regular. You look natural. And they're like, I don't look good at all like this. Like, I've literally had these conversations with me. Like, you don't think you look good in your natural state? Like, no, they're emphatic about it. And I'm like, that's sad. I'm so sad for you that you don't think that without the makeup, without the weaves, without the wigs, without the lashes, without all this stuff, you don't think you're beautiful. That's sad.
Okay, so how come naturally beautiful is not their natural curls? Why do they have to straighten all the time?
maybe they just want it straight down and not curled up in their own way.
Why is that? Because think about it. Before colonization, if we all just lived around our people, then you wouldn't see anybody with straight hair. It would be everybody with afros. But we got colonized, and now Black women wear their hair straight. And so,
well, what part of Africa are you talking about? What part of Africa are you talking about? Never mind.
Consciously, they want to be white. Am I cooking?
Absolutely not.
He sound like he got a lot of his historical information from the internet. Do the majority of Black people have like the Negro hair? Yeah, but there are Black people with straight hair. Like there are Black people with naturally straight hair. There is, and it was existing before colonization. Once again, I'm with him on the natural thing, but the way he's going about it is not right, and he don't know what he's talking about. He's historically inaccurate. I guarantee you he can't give you specifics because he's saying before colonization. Give specifics. Colonization where?
We do not want to be white. We want to be Black and proud and love our image. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does hair have to do with you being white, you being Black? Like,
the young man don't know.
Black, regardless if you have like curled hair, straightened down hair, wigs or whatever you're wearing on your head. If you Black, you proud to be Black. You feel me? And I don't feel like a hairstyle has nothing to do with you.
The fact that young man just said, if you Black, you proud to be Black. So basically the idea is if you're Black, then you're automatically proud to be Black. If so, then why do we operate in so much self-hate? Because we're toggling between sayings and real life. But the interviewer and the people he's interviewing, all of this is showing that just how miseducated we all are. He is not coming from a place of research. Right, Nemesis, right.
Being white or Black or Mexican or Indian, whatever you is.
But sir, a lot of them are very much insecure because think about it. A woman who never wears her hair natural and she always has to straighten it or put some fake hair in there, it just shows insecurities that she doesn't want people to see who she naturally is. Just like a woman who always puts makeup on, she doesn't want people to see her natural face.
Yeah.
So that means Black women, either number one, they could be lazy because they don't want to do their hair. Number two, they're insecure. Or number three, they want to be white. Or number four, all of the above. Which one do you think it is?
I feel like it's more like an insecure within themselves because it's like, like if you feel insecure about yourself, you're always going to, try to like hide your natural face and hide like your natural looks because you feel like,
hey man,
you feel like the way you look is just not like
a damn fool.
Society appealing. So you have to, do a certain thing to, fit in.
Yeah, he does look like a damn fool with that wig on, but I will give context. Be fair, give context. He started wearing that wig because he was going around interviewing Black women and they were saying that there's nothing wrong with wearing blonde and Black women don't look crazy with blonde. But when he put the blonde wig on, Black women started telling him he looked crazy with the blonde wig. Basically, he put that on to help prove his point. And Black women like stood in line to help prove his point, but he do look like a damn fool.
But me personally, I feel like all Black women should feel good about themselves, all feel beautiful, despite what the media likes to see. Because like, if we're being honest, like a lot of these dudes out here, they go for girls who wear makeup extensions, and they like to make those girls feel like they're
Jason.
all the way up there,
right, Jason,
and make the natural girls feel like, oh, you're ugly because you have this, you have that. But me personally, I feel like all Black women should embrace themselves, love themselves, and be thankful for what they have, and not have to put makeup or not have to dress up a certain way
they do
to impress people. Because at the end of the day, like when you get all that stuff, you're trying to impress somebody. You're trying to impress these dudes and stuff like that who don't even care about how you look without it.
But the thing about it is they're not even really trying to impress the dudes. They're trying to compete with other women. Because think about what dude asks for nails, those eyelashes, and all that fake hair. No guy ever asks for that. So they see other women with that. They're like, oh, so this is what I need to do. Every time I speak to a Black man, he's always like, man, we don't want none of that. We just want it natural.
Right.
So
we all want it natural. You feel me? Like females, if you're watching this video, don't feel like you gotta hide yourself. Like, be comfortable with who you are. us fellas, we want a natural girl.
Yes, Jason.
A good personality, everything that's good and natural, and not.
But see, the problem with these young folk is they don't really understand what really happened to us. So they think this, because I used to think like that. Just go around, if you just go around, just compliment black women, things have changed. Where it hasn't changed, it's gotten worse. Because those black women who harbor that self-hate, it has to change within them. Think about the number of black men who are on the internet and just in real life saying they like natural, and they like natural. And even a lot of those men, they're not even dating natural women. But this is, you got to remember, we're not the greatest influence on black women when it comes to their hair and their style and stuff like that. Other women are. Other women and gay men are. We're not the greatest influence on them. So until they start to see it different within themselves, nothing we say will matter. Like we gotta understand, like we are, when it comes to that right now, we are our worst enemies. The white supremacy, the everything that white supremacy stands for is on autopilot within our minds, and we're just doing it to ourselves because we don't get it. Happy to have you, Bushwoman. Thank you. Black people, we don't like ourselves, and we have to get to a point where we start to learn to love ourselves. You got to remember, we always talk about 70% of the advertising is geared toward women. Well, yeah, they're going to keep inundating the black women with these advertising. They're going to keep inundating the black women with these messages. They want the black women to keep being this consumer puppet. Yes, your skin ain't good enough. Your blackness ain't good enough. Your hair ain't good enough. Your nails ain't good enough. Your lashes ain't good enough. Your lips ain't good enough. Your butt ain't good enough. Don't nobody get BBLs more than black women. We've all learned to hate ourselves. Like Kanye said, they made us hate ourselves and love their wealth. That's why the shortest holler where the ball is at. Hey, you already know, Nemesis. I grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. We just rock what we. Hey, look. Straight up, Renee. You got you back then, but now it's different. But the self-hate is on 10 now. I'm not saying it went on 10 then, but it's on display. Like we can see it. Like no, and right, Jamani. Like no amount of compliments from our end will change the mindsets of black women until they change of how they see themselves and how they interact with themselves. More black women are going to have to embrace natural.
Not like, not fake and stuck up and bougie and, with makeup and nails done. Like, it's okay to have your nails done, but don't feel like you have to be a Barbie doll to be like, oh, he's a good guy for me. Oh, he's this and that. Just know, like, we're comfortable with who you are. You know what I'm saying? We'll accept you. We were not going to judge you. It's a safe space. Like, right. It's a good zone. You know what I'm saying? The other guys who might want that, they're going to get played in the future. Because they will never know how to love someone for who they are within themselves.
Where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram. I'm Realist Mike on Instagram. My YouTube is The Realist Mike. I'm an artist. I make music and I do everything.
I appreciate that, bro.
I appreciate you.
You have a good one, man.
You too. You trying to subscribe to my channel real quick?
Huh?
If you have time.
Oh, subscribe to your channel?
Yeah.
Oh, it depends. What do you do?
I do music. I do vlogs. I do inspirational stuff.
Okay, let me see.
Everything.
Let me check it out. Why do a lot of black women today want to be white?
I don't know. Not a lot of my clients want to be white.
So why do a lot of black women get like straight blonde wigs and stuff like that?
Oh, because they want to be somebody different, be their alter ego. One want to be like Sasha Fierce. How Beyonce want to be, she Beyonce, but then be Sasha Fierce on stage. They just want to be somebody different. There's nothing wrong with that.
what's wrong with them like being who they were born to be? Like, why do they always have to switch it up all the time?
That's a good question. I think they just look for something different. I think some people like to be their natural self, but they also want to change it up a little bit. You know, because sometimes it can be boring just doing the same thing over and over again. You know, some people want to be redhead, some people want to be a blonde head, some want to be natural, some want to be, you know, straight, someone want to wear braids. I think it's just having that selective.
But his ignorance as a young man is showing too. I mean, women are going to have variety in their style. Women are going to have variety in their looks. They're going to have that. Well, yeah, they are laughing at him. But women period are going to have variety in their looks. Once again, it's the intention behind everything. Like come on, man. If you're a dark skinned black woman and you walk around with a platinum blonde wig, come on, man. Like that's not a discussion. Like, come on. Right? Come on. Like some of the stuff is so egregious, we don't even have to have a conversation about it, right? But at the same time, we can't just jump out on the limb and say wigs and weaves are the direct result of self-hate for all black women. The majority, a good number, a majority, more than 51%, yes, but all no. But we're all affected by the system of white supremacy, and we all harbor some internalized inferiority. We all do. Not all to the same degree, but we all do. Some of us love our blackness and ourselves and our natural selves a lot more than others. So, yeah. I mean, once again, his mindset is fixed on wigs and weaves are a result of colonization. He even said it. He believes wigs and weaves are a result of colonization. He don't know the history behind hair. So, once again, like the Himba, just saw a video, the Himba tribe in Africa is using cow dung as an accessory in their hair to make their hair longer and all these other things. It's all types of stuff, man. So this is crazy. I thought things were going to change for the good and better. Who knew? Oh, white supremacy knew. They playing with. There you go, Renee. There you go. They playing all of this out.
You know, choices of different looks. And I think there's nothing wrong with that.
I do understand that a lot of black women say they want to just switch it up, but black women have the ability to do more hairstyles than any other race. If anything, white women should be saying, we want to switch it up, but they're not saying that. Black women can do.
Frankie Mac, remember, we crazy. They're crazy. They're crazy, Frankie Mac. Remember, they're crazy. They're crazy. They're contradictory, and they're hypocrites. There's no way around that. They're crazy, contradictory, and remember, their minds are scrambled. When your mind is scrambled, there's no logic in it. So yes, Frankie, those same black women who walk around looking like white women, the same black women who walk around looking like white women will criticize a white woman for adopting a black style. Yeah, because they're hypocrites.
Twists, cornrows, afros, they can do it short like you are, but they always say we have to switch it up. But then when they switch it up, it's not to a hairstyle that looks like black people's hair. Yeah, it's always like a straight, like Eurocentric look.
White
so that's what I'm trying to
Asian
see.
woman.
Is it really because they want to switch it up, or are they like insecure about their natural hair?
Here.
Some women are insecure about their natural hair. You do have some women that don't like their natural curl, their kinky look, the kinky hair or the curly hair. I think it's just, you know, a personal preference, honestly.
Do you think any of them may like want to be white?
I can't really answer that question because I think that's everyone's opinion. You know, that's not opinion, but people have different choices. I think everybody has that's the choice that they make. If they want to be that way, yes. I don't want to say they just want to be white. I can't answer that question for everybody. I know for me, being a black woman, I never want to be a different ethnicity. I love being black. You know what I mean? I love my black hair. You know, do I want to? I've been natural. I've had locks. Do I want to wear it long, straight, and down to my ankles? No, I don't. I don't prefer that.
Okay.
I like the short, sassy pixie look. Okay. That's just my preference.
I think a lot of women consciously, none of them want to be white. But subconsciously, I think a lot of them do. Because my thing is, if you're the type of woman that always has to have straight hair. You have to put on a straight blonde wig.
No, I think they consciously want to be white. I think they subconsciously and consciously want to be white. They may not express it, but they want to be white. I think a number of those women have come to grips that they want to be white. I think for a lot of them, it's consciously and subconsciously.
Wig or a straight wig all the time. That means you're trying to conform to a Eurocentric beauty standard that's not Black people. Even though people do say Black people can naturally grow straight hair too. But when have you ever seen a Black person with natural straight hair in your whole lifetime?
Now, not back in the day, no. Back in the day, they weren't wearing their hair straight, Black women. They weren't. Now they are. So I think that's, to answer that last bit of a question that you just said.
But I mean, like, naturally out of their scalp, when have you ever seen a Black woman with natural straight hair?
We don't have natural straight hair.
Right.
Not Black people in America.
So we weren't.
I don't know any Black women from America who have naturally straight hair like that, but I've seen Black women from other parts of the world with naturally straight hair.
We were born that way. We were always born with natural curls, natural locks. Mm-hmm. That's us. And only white women, Caucasian women, can wear two different ways. They can do a perm, or they can wear their normal straight hair. They can't wear anything different. In order to do the different looks, like the roller wraps and the wet sets and all that stuff, for it to really make it look, to give it more volume, it's always good to do it when they have a perm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when they the sodium dialkylated, which is like a jerry curl for us. So white folks, that's what white women, Caucasian women will go to, so their hair can be a little more kinkier, more body. That's what they'll do. They'll get the perm.
So, I mean, if anything, they should be the ones wanting to switch it up, since they can only do like two styles.
Yeah.
Like, how would you feel if white women started walking around with Afro wigs and things like that?
And they do. They have.
Oh,
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Oh yeah,
I've seen white women walking around with afros and with Black women style. They do it all the time.
At patreon.com by hitting the first link in the description. Not only
well, once again, the young man ain't that cultured, and the young man don't really know that much about history like that. So that's why he's making those statements that he's making, right? If you're talking about in America, yes, we don't see straight hair coming out of Black American women's head. We don't. Now, if we go around the world, that's gonna be different. So when we say Black women, we make sure we talk about Black American women, not like Black women from other places in the world. Let's be clear. But like Nubian King is saying, Black women are the only one race that does not wear their natural hair. Hey, well, we're trying to get to that point. Does wigs and glue on the forehead look bad? Yes. We're trying to get to the point where Black people, period, love ourselves, but especially our Black women love their natural hair. Once again, like I stated earlier, you know how many conversations I've had with Black women who they go out in public. Let's say they go to the corners, they go to the store, they go to Publix or something. They're going to get some groceries or whatever. They tie their hair up in the ponytail. They got their natural hair tied up in the ponytail. They ain't got no makeup on, no lashes. Put on a t-shirt, some sweatpants, whatever, some sandals, and go outside. And dudes be trying to holler. And they be like, I don't understand why men be trying to talk to me when I look like that. That's because that's what you look like for real in real life. And they like the way you look like. They like the way you look in real life. They like the way you actually look. Like, we like the way Black women really look. Like, we don't want the enhanced version of you. We want the natural version of you. We want the real you. I don't want you with all that makeup on your face. I understand there's gonna be times and places where you wear the makeup, but I don't want you. I've never dated the woman who caked her face up with makeup. I've never dated the woman who had to have the exaggerated lashes. I've never dated the woman who had to have the weave and the weave and the wigs. I've never gravitated toward that woman. But that didn't stop the women from dating and falling in love and getting married just because I didn't gravitate toward them, right? Their life still went on. They still did what they did. But at the same time, on the other end of that, just because I like natural doesn't mean the majority of Black women gonna go for that. And we can see as Black men, we don't influence that. We don't have any influence in that. They don't listen to us. They don't give a damn about what we think. The majority of them don't give a damn, right? Hey, Renee, my hair be straight till I start sweating too, Renee. You see it? You see that? It be straight till I start sweating too, Renee. But look, man, I hear him. Once again, I hear him. I agree with the overall thing of pushing to go natural. I don't agree with his approach. I know we all can see historically he ain't sound. And a young person always, or one young person who is interviewing and having conversations with the majority of other young people too. So a lot of people don't know. Hey, there you go, Renee. Well, you know, like I said, I've had conversations with women, and they do not like their natural state. I've had and shout out to all the black women who love their natural selves. Like you have black women who got bald heads like me who be stepping out, and it be some fine bald head women out there too. But it's just like it's all types of presentations that women can have with or without hair in a natural state. But a lot of our women choose the wigs and weaves because of the mind state. So our pixie cut on our women looks good on them. Hey man, I'll look, man. I really don't. I'm not a dude that like a specific hairstyle. I don't care. As long as it look good, as long as you keep it up and look good and it's your hair. I don't like a specific hairstyle. So if you look good in it, you look good in it. It's whatever. Long, you know. I don't like the wigs and weaves. I will say that. I don't like wigs way more than weaves though. So this is the last video by Stop Playing Trey. He's having a live debate, or of course, you know, I'm live, but they ain't live, but he's having a debate with a 19-year-old young lady, and they're having a conversation about the wigs and weaves. So we already have a little information on him. So you kind of get where the conversation gonna go with another 19-year-old young woman. B Queen said it's because black women are lazy to care for their hair. Hey. Yeah, no. I'm gonna let that B Queen told y'all that. All right. So let's get into it. At the end of the day, black women are the freaking best. They better be. That's what I like. I'm down with black women. You heard me? But I want to see all my people be the best versions of ourselves, black men, women, and children.
All right, you guys, welcome to the stream. Can you guys put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me and see me? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me and see me. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me and see me.
It's so loud. Oh,
what's up?
Hi.
You said, okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So you hit my DM and you said debate. So what exactly do you want to date about? First, what is your name first?
My name is Ruth Annie. You can call me Ruth or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I just saw your video when you was talking to that woman about her wig. And I was like, interesting. And I went to debate with you.
Okay. So what exactly did you disagree with that I said?
Okay. I think you said wigs are not a type of protective style. And I was like, technically it is. I think it was, but you said it's not. And then you kept going back and forth with her.
Okay, so explain to me how a wig is protective.
Okay. Obviously, you have the cornrows underneath.
To Leo, skipping the buy one.
Y'all women chime in on the protective style part because, you know, I'm not an expert on what's protective, what's not protective. So y'all chime in on the protective style thing. Of course, you know, we ain't really listening to him. So
draft fees and tool.
Okay.
And then you braid so the purpose of the cornrows is to maintain moisture and making sure you're not touching it. So just as you have to, you know, do the cornrows, you have to protect the cornrows. So that's why the wig comes in. So it's like the shield.
This shield from what?
The shield, the shield for your hair.
So answer me this. If the cornrows are already protective, how come you need another layer of protection?
Okay, let's use this analogy, right?
Okay.
Where's my thing? Hold on. Why do I need this phone case, right? If my phone already has a back. Okay, why would I need that? So
before she go any further, I just want to say it was a horrible analogy. She's not good at articulating and explaining herself. Neither one of these are. So
hold on, wait. Chat. Let me ask the chat. Did that make any sense? Did that analogy she just said make any sense at all?
I can't see chat, guys. Oh.
Okay, but that is totally different. Yes, you still need that case because if you drop your phone, it can still crack, right? But a protective hairstyle is so it can lock in moisture.
Exactly.
Okay, so the cornrows are already doing that. You putting on a wig is just you covering up the cornrows because you don't want people to see your actual hair.
No. Another thing is if you leave cornrows out, like right now you see I have cornrows, it gets messy very fast.
But once again, remember she's young. She's 19. She's 19. She don't know how to articulate herself properly yet.
So it looks like I did not just get it done, but I got it done less than a week ago. So when you leave it out, it looks.
You gotta take care. I've had braids too.
So
you gotta take care of your braids.
Tying down my hair every night, which is a way to protect my cornrows and protect it from
she did not do a good job of.
That's the point of getting a wig. It's also another way to look cute because why not?
So number one, your hair being messy. I've had cornrows, I've had twists, I've had braids many times. The first point, Black men get cornrows all the time. How come we don't need a wig to protect our hair? That's number one.
You're a guy.
Okay. That's number one. Number two is if your hair is getting messed up very quickly, you just don't know how to take care of your hair because all you have to do is put a bonnet on at night and that will protect your hair from getting all frizzy and from rubbing on the pillow. But you never need a wig to put on top of the cornrows. Matter of fact, if you put a wig on top of your cornrows, it's going to make them frizzier even faster. So what are you talking about?
How's it going to make it frizzier faster?
The friction from the lace, from the wig, it's going to rub against the cornrows and make it frizzy.
No, but when you do a wig, you put like a bald cap on. So it's not really rubbing against the wig.
But can we just admit, maybe you just don't like your hair?
Can we admit that?
Yeah, admit it.
I do like my hair at times, actually, but it's just a lot of maintenance.
So she said, I do like my hair actually at times. So she's another Black woman who either is completely lying or on a journey to learn to love her hair because she too has brought in her 19 years have brought into the ideologies that her hair isn't good enough. She's brought into the ideologies that other women's hair are better than hers. So she does not like her hair. So she's on a journey to learn to love her hair. But I like that he's asked that question, do you like your hair? Because we can kind of see how they are not there, basically. She's ditzier than the Ferris wheel. Yeah. So that's why when I was watching this earlier, try to make sure I get a sense of this, I was like, oh, then she said she's 19. I was like, okay. At first I was like, I need to buy, I'm going to buy a helmet and I'm going to start making people wear the helmet when they crazy. But she's 19, so. Said she's young and dumb. That's why I call it unaware self-hate because they don't write. Yeah, Jason. Yeah, she has no idea. When you add any fake hair to your natural hair, you damage it. Okay, Queen. See, I'm learning, Queen. I'm trying to learn. Nubian King, young and dumb and full of she, and it probably Gloctavius is you know what too, which is a problem.
It's not about if you like or dislike your hair. It's just
Yes,
like
it
you
is.
like to change your hair and you
It
like
is
to
about
look
whether you
different.
like or dislike
That's
your hair.
what I would say.
But see, I don't.
Well, it is about if you like or dislike your hair. Like, you come up in a culture that's been socialized to not like your hair. Women who come up in cultures where they're socialized to like the hair don't even think about doing other stuff to their hair that black women do. That black women in America do specifically. That women in America do. Period. Because of the culture of America. But even subcultures within America, you get women, black, white, whatever, who come up in environments where their hair, the way it is premium. That's the main idea, and they don't grow up like that. It's the environment, lady.
Think that you actually do like your hair, because how come when I scroll through your Instagram, right?
Watch this.
It's only fake hair. There's not one post with just your natural hair.
Somewhere in my highlights,
and she like him too.
Somewhere.
No, there's not. But see, what we can see, even in your profile picture, even on this live, when people clicked on, that is you with the wig on, because you think you look best with the wig on. Why do you think you look better with the wig than with your natural hair? That's my question to you.
Right.
Wait, where do y'all see me with a wig?
Hold on.
Hey, Frankie.
Let me see if I can share my screen. Hold on, chat. Give me 1 second, Frankie, real quick.
He's saying chat. Okay.
Let me see something real quick.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
All right, chat. Can we see this right here?
That's not a wig, though.
Hold on. This is not a wig, but this is still fake hair. This is not your hair, right?
It could
And
be my
so,
hair. You never know.
no, this is not your hair, because I can definitely tell. But look, this is your first post. This is fake hair added, right? Fake hair added, right? Fake hair added. Okay. A wig.
Right, Nemesis.
More wigs.
No better.
Where's your more fake hair added? A wig. So when we look at your Instagram, right, it's clear as day that you're not showing your natural hair.
And that damn smoke alarm going on.
I mean, yeah, you do have a good point. The reason why I don't like showing
black people. Why I'm so sick of black people with these damn smoke alarms. It take 2 seconds. You know what happened the last time my goddamn smoke alarm battery went out? I didn't have batteries in the house. I went to the store, brought batteries, and put them in. Like black people. Damn. Change your smoke alarm batteries. Stop letting the thing beep. Do you understand the purpose of the smoke alarm and the fact that so many black people got them damn smoke alarms going off in their house, and then it's going off so much to the point to where you don't hear it. You don't hear that beep, beep, beep. You've heard it so much, you've gotten used to it. That's dangerous and it's crazy. It take 2 seconds to slide this. You know what? I'm gonna do a tutorial video on how to change a smoke alarm. I don't understand why there's so many videos I see, and especially, unfortunately, it's black women with the damn smoke alarms just beeping. That means the battery has gone out. It's not working properly. What are we doing, black people? What are we doing? Like, y'all think the smoke alarm just there for decorations, and that beep is just supposed to be? Because if you've gotten so used to that beep where you don't hear it no more, that means it's been doing that for a long time. And that means ain't nothing safe about your house. What are we doing? What are we doing? Change the smoke alarm. It take 2 seconds. Damn. Miss MBC, look at here. And that's crazy. They don't hear it. They don't hear it. My smoke alarm battery called itself trying to die on me the other day. No, we ain't finna sit around with none of that beep, beep. That's crazy that they don't hear it. Oh man, and it's you know what? Like, people have put compilation videos together of the smoke alarms. They done got me off topic. Really got me off topic. But anyway, change the smoke alarm later.
My natural hair is every time I do, which I do have a photo, like a reel in there somewhere that I am showing my natural hair. It's probably not there, but somewhere in my highlights. But when I do show my natural hair, there's always like pushback, and I'm tired of it. Like naturally, I'm just always tired of it. And also it does take me like so long to detangle my hair, and it's a nightmare doing my hair. So I don't have that type of time management to do my hair.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 19.
You're 19. What do you mean you don't have time to do your hair? You don't have kids. I'm pretty sure you don't have kids. You don't have any responsibilities like that.
I do.
Okay, what are your responsibilities that you have?
Yeah, she's a nursing student.
Okay, I'm a nursing student.
Okay. All right.
Second year nursing student. I'm literally like always studying all the time. So this is an example of things I have to study for like every 2 weeks. So I have a lot of things to do. I also work part-time. And I do live on my own. I don't live with my parents, so I'm paying majority of my bills and trying to manage tasks on my own. So if I'm spending hours and hours in the morning to detangle my hair, I'd probably have to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. Or else when I go to school, somebody's gonna ask me, "Oh,
Leah's
why
friend,
your hair don't look combed out?" And it's gonna be another Black person. It's not even gonna be other people. Like majority of the times, when it's white people, they're not gonna say nothing. But it's always gonna be like, "Oh yeah, did you comb your hair today?" And I'm just like, I just really don't feel like doing all that. It's just too much work for me.
And that's why I always say Black women are other Black women's worst enemy.
See, there you go. She said it. I was waiting on her to say it. Hey, whenever she's saying her biggest critic when she wear her natural hair is other Black women. Well, yeah, Will. It's excuses, but it's not, because it's part of the plan. It's part of the conditioning. If you get the majority of Black women to not like their hair, not like themselves, not like the true texture of all that, if you can convince them to not like that and then rail against that, they will create more people who hate their natural selves. It's not really excuses, but it's reality. We got to remember how the women's social networks operate, because that really matters in how they get down, especially as a 19-year-old. So like, while I do think people need to learn how to have self-esteem, but once again, this is the conversation surrounding people not having self-esteem, because if they had self-esteem, they wouldn't be wanting to wear other people's hair. So she all the way behind the 8 ball. So she's going to be heavily influenced by what other people say, especially other Black women that she look up to and respect, and Black women that just around her. Leah's friend says conversation around hair is actually really intimate for Black women because of the thing that have been done to us to battle us. Yeah, it is intimate. It is, but it is, well, I'm not going to say, but it is an intimate conversation. However, I think it's a conversation that the Black community has to have. We have to have, and I'm in the conversation between Black men and Black women. We have to have Okiophobia on display. So let's keep going. This young lady funny. You got to remember, generation after generation of wigs of European descent is going to be hard to what 400-500 years of mind scrambling. It ain't just gonna stop tomorrow. You said Black men have left you said Inky Dion said Black men have less self-esteem than Black women. Well, first of all, this is not a self-esteem contest. This is not a self-esteem contest, because we have live streams and we talk about Black men issues all the time, right? So this is not a self-esteem contest. Now, as you said that, can you produce information to prove that, Inky Dion? Can you produce factual information to prove the level of self-esteem in Black men versus the level of self-esteem in Black women? Can you quantify that, like scientifically, like realistically, or are you just throwing that out because you don't like the conversation? Because we haven't said anything bad about Black women, and no other Black women in here have made comments like yours. So what we doing? Somebody help Inky Dion. I don't know what's going on. Same with when we see the thin eyebrows of shaving them off. Yep. The makeup and all that stuff there. Gotta have Godfidence. I like that. I like that Godfidence. But we got to remember who the God is. Black men unalive themselves 3 times. Okay. White men unalive themselves more than that. That's not a statistic to show that black men have less self-esteem than black women. That's a statistic about unaliving. But what causes the unaliving? Inky, you're not in the right place. I don't think you're in the right live stream. I think you clicked on the wrong one. You might not want to be here. Oh, okay, Inky. Okay. We're gonna move on.
Because you guys bully each other, and then you guys try to then blame black men and blame everybody else, but really it's black women that don't like.
And Inky, you do know that black women attempt suicide. Black women and women attempt unaliving. They attempt to unalive themselves more than the men. The men are just the ones who actually carry it out, but women attempt it more than men. So what does that say if women are attempting it more than men? Inky don't know it. Inky just talking.
Like black women's actual hair. And the thing about it is, you were talking about convenience.
You the one came in here with it. We're having a conversation about black women in hair. We've been having a good conversation in here over 1 hour and 50 minutes. A good conversation about black women and their hair. Black men and black women, we've been in here fellowship. You the one came in here with the deflections instead of black building. That's you. That's literally you. You literally in the comments doing what you just talking about. Get your ass out of here. I hate stupid ass people, man. You lucky it's a good day. You lucky you didn't get the Brandon treatment. Get your stupid ass out of here. We've been having a good ass conversation. Actually building, then stupid ass Inky Dion coming here with that dumb ass shit. Trying to act like we the ones in here doing wrong. If you don't understand the fucking conversation, just say it. If you can't read, just say it. If you got comprehension issues, just say it. Don't just come in here throwing out stupid ass shit. And then you can't back it up. Then you throw out another dumbass statistic that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. Then when we ask for more context, you can't give it. But you're not saying that the women attempt unaliving more than the men. Women literally attempted more than the men. So what does that mean? What does that say? Stop being stupid. Ninja mindsets. Inky Dion, you have a ninja mindset. Get the hell on before you get the Brandon treatment.
How come when you go to get your hair done, you just don't say to the hairstylist, okay, let me get these cornrows, but don't add any fake hair to it?
Oh,
right?
I did that before.
But when we looked at all your pictures and even looking at you right now as well, we can clearly see that you're not wearing your natural hair.
Before, but just because I did it like one time doesn't mean I have to do it all the time. I'm also a person that gets bored very easily, so I can't one thing that I can't do is stay in one hairstyle. So yes, I can get cornrows, just my hair. Like I tell them, don't put any extensions, and that's.
When's the last time you did that?
Oh, before this hairstyle, that's when I did that. Yeah, I'd say.
But it's like when we look at the evidence, it's like this is not what we see. How come you don't post yourself with your natural hair on your Instagram?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually don't know. I guess
because we got to be honest. We got to be so honest.
Oh, Leah,
you have an insecurity about your natural hair.
We ain't got no
This
issue,
is why
Leah.
you have to add the fake hair to add length. We good, because you probably don't like the actual length of your hair. Maybe that's why you add the extra extension.
I'd say I want my hair to be longer and more like kinkier. I have no hate against my hair, but I definitely want it to be like more afro. Like when I see those girls that have those hairs, like I think it's gorgeous. I want to be able to wear my hair out like this. I like that one day, but I do have to grow out my hair. So how do I grow out my hair? By putting in more fake hair.
Okay, explain to me how fake.
But that doesn't make sense. So she's trying to say the best way to grow her hair is to wear fake hair. Well, how come women can grow their hair and grow their hair good, strong, and fast without fake hair as well? Her mindset is stuck on, I have to only use this process to grow my hair. So she don't fully understand how to take care of her hair. I'm bald headed and I know that. Leah's friend, we are cool. We are good. I do. So, what was your last comment, Leah? You saying it's an intimate conversation? Yeah, because your last comment was like the conversation about the hair is an intimate conversation. Yeah, it is, but it is a needed conversation. Yes, but we just got to have it in a sensible way. We got to have constructive conversations about it. We have to have constructive conversations about it. So.
Hair grows natural hair.
How does fake hair grow natural hair?
Right.
Yeah, you said you're gonna grow your hair by putting in the fake hair. How does that make sense?
It don't make sense. You don't have to do that.
The fake hair kind of like preserves your real hair, kind of in a way.
How?
But see, it actually doesn't. It actually causes your hair to break off. So you would be way better off if you would just leave your hair natural without the fake hair added, because the material of the synthetic hair that you guys put in your natural hair, it actually causes friction and it breaks it off. This is why black women always have like shoulder length hair or higher, and because you guys keep constantly straightening it and then you guys keep breaking it off.
I mean, straightening it is something else though. I mean, you talk about the synthetic hair.
Well, when you get your hair done, don't they still straighten it?
Oh, they blow dry it, but that's not straightening.
I mean, there's still heat damage in blow drying.
I mean, there's heat protectant sprays, so you can just spray that and it kind of like, and it's also, I mean, you're getting it blow dried one time, so that kind of makes up for the 3 months, 2 months that you have your hair in. So getting it blow dried one time is not going to affect the breakage that much.
But my point is, if you would just leave your hair naturally and just take care of it like
they're still gonna
regular women do that love their hair, your hair would grow way faster, or you would retain length way faster, because you're not constantly putting in fake hair, you're not constantly straightening it, all this other stuff. But you guys always feel the need to either put this glue on your edges, put really on a wig, throw in some fake hair, and it's like, bro, why can't we just see the natural hair?
I mean, it's also like I mean, I already told you about the convenience part. I understand where you're coming from. Like, you feel like women, like black women, should just share their natural hair because it's beautiful, and the wigs and the weave like gets, you know, to a point. And I understand that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get to a point one day where I can actually have time to do my hair.
So, yeah, I think we just got to stop advocating for other black women to, you know.
I don't, Leah's friend, I don't know. I see you said, well, isn't it true that oftentimes black women will belittle others because of desired attention of males and other color counterparts, not because they actually hate other black women? I don't know. I think that collective self-hate got a lot to do with that. I think some of those, I can't paint a broad brush, but I believe a good number of those women do hate other black women though. Yeah, she don't get it. She young. She don't get it. She young. Once again, that's why I started off saying she's 19. Two young people having this conversation. So
keep wearing the wigs because it's obviously hurting you guys. And like, you think it's helping right now, but if you were to give up wigs and weaves today, you would be better off. Like, what will it take somebody to do to get you to give up your fake hair, wigs, and weaves? Is there anything that can be done?
Is there anything that can be done to help me get rid of weaves? Honestly,
this is the perfect pair for your iPhone, and it replaces 3 different chargers. So when I travel, I don't pack extra cable.
I don't know. Maybe. No, I mean, I think I was thinking maybe.
There's nothing you can do, brother.
I don't know. Maybe. You have to give me like some ideas.
But it's a no, because right now there's an addiction that you guys have to.
It's not an addiction. It's a programming, brother. It's not an addiction. It's a programming. She's a black woman who came into a society that black women were already programmed to hate themselves and their hair. It's systematic, my brother. And that's why I said in the beginning, this is not going to stop. I'm gonna stop this right here because she ain't really talking about nothing, and we about to run out of time anyway. But there's nothing There's nothing that's going to come out of these conversations that's going to get a mass of black women to stop wearing wigs and weaves, to stop doing some of the damaging things that they may be doing to their hair. It's not going to stop because of him. It's not going to stop because of his channel. It's not going to stop because of these conversations. He's late to the conversation. Luke Mon, my brother, what's going on? How you doing? He's late to the conversation. It's not happening. You have to deal with the conditioning. You have to deal with the systematic programming. He's bypassing the root cause and trying to deal with the symptom. We all know what happens when you only deal with the symptoms. It's going to keep coming back. It's going to keep coming back. It's going to keep coming back. Not only that, he's historically ignorant. He doesn't understand the history of the things that black women have been doing with their hair. He believes that wigs and weave and hair enhancement only started just recently, since after slavery. He don't know the whole history since Africa, like all over the world. Like women have always had hair accessories and hair enhancement and hair extensions and stuff. The newest thing is the system of white supremacy and the programming that comes from it with the internalized inferiority of black people. That's the newest thing. That's the new part. So I get it. And I'm not overall, I get it. We want our women to love themselves exactly how they are. We do. But it's going to take a different approach to get that, in a different route and different information. And the way he's going about it, he's trying to strong arm. Nah, that ain't working. That ain't working. Because he's also trying to come up like, I'm a man and men are leaders, not in the black community, not in the black America, not in black America. Black men are not leaders like that in black America. Let's be honest. Not in black America. You're not. Forget the patriarchy narratives and all that. That's not black America. We're not set up like that. Black men have never been the leaders of black America. We might have been in leadership positions and been faces, but we've never been the leaders in mass like that, of the mass of black people like that. Yep, there you go, Nubian King. They taught us to hate everything about us. Our hair is versatile and beautiful in every texture. Black women have the right to wear their hair in whatever manner they choose. Hey, I can say, if you are a black woman who can't walk out the house in your natural state because you feel like you're not good enough in your natural state, you have a problem. If you're a black woman and you do not like your natural hair, you do not like your natural state, you do not like how you, like the way God made you, you have a problem. You have a problem. But also, there's a history of style that black women have had from the beginning. It's like since Egypt, there's a history of style that black women have rocked, and they've worn different all types of stuff. Once again, like I say, the new thing is white supremacy existing, and now specifically, since we're talking about black women in America, specifically black women in America, the ones who still hold, the ones whose minds are still scrambled, especially unconsciously, about the way they feel about themselves, the way they may love themselves and may not love themselves, the way they wear their hair may be influenced by the large society, may be influenced by white America. If you're a black woman and you can't come out the house in your natural state, you got a problem. If you're a black woman and you and black men compliment you in your natural state and you think something is wrong with it, you got a problem. Let's not be emotional when we have these conversations. I'm not understanding why so many grown people be emotional when we having these conversations. Because we keep acting like, a lot of us keep acting like we don't understand what's going on when we know damn well what's going on. We know damn well how we got here. We talk about it all the time, but then we don't want to talk about it. The root cause of all of this is the self-hate, the system of white supremacy imposed on us. Until we deal with that, nothing else gonna change. All those women who don't like themselves are gonna continue to not like themselves until things change and it comes around to where they're liking themselves. But remember, Black America as a whole has a vacant esteem problem. Black America as a whole, I just did a live stream on it not too long ago. Black America as a whole have a internalized inferiority problem. This video was just particularly about Black women and their hair. So, hey man, I don't care about, people gonna always be in their feelings. Because I be looking at all types of comments when I be looking at, hey man, shout out to everybody who comment, but some of y'all comments be crazy as hell. Some of y'all comments, I can see y'all haven't watched the video, you just reacting to the thumbnail and the title and stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. But y'all already know I don't care about feelings over here. We gonna keep telling the truth. And if people don't like it, hey man, this ain't the cup of tea for you. It's a whole bunch of YouTube channels that people can go watch. They don't have to watch this one. But we're going to do how we do over here because we're going to continue to learn and grow and do what we need to do to get better. And remember, the real work starts offline. The real work starts offline. Our people are suffering. Don't let social media fool y'all. Our people we need as much help as we can get. And we need all hands on deck. This is an all hands on deck situation. Don't let social media fool us. We need each other. We need each other. We need each other. And our situation is not going to get fixed until we fix it. All right. Because that's how it is, man. Joseph Ward on the Shoulders of Giants, man. I love you all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love having good, constructive conversations with you all. I love challenging us challenging each other in a respectful way. I love it, man. I appreciate it. Inky, Dion, and Brandon can go to hell. People come in here on 10 and don't even, and just be all in their feelings, man. Emotional immaturity has to stop. Emotional immaturity has to stop, but I get it though. That's why I don't be getting too mad at Black people. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. I love y'all. I don't get too mad because I understand the conditioning, but sometimes some people's wrists got to get spanked. All right, that's how we do it, man. Hey, I'll see y'all again Tuesday. We live again on Tuesday, unless I decide to go live tomorrow, but we live again on Tuesday. I appreciate y'all. Oh, I dropped the video today. Check it out. It's a breakdown of what's going on. I saw a video from the singer K. Michelle, and K. Michelle she's being interviewed talking about how she doesn't want her son to grow up and mature to manhood. So I did a video, breaking that down. So make sure y'all check that out. It's called, the thumbnail is Love and Trauma Don't Mix. Your manhood triggers your mother's trauma. So check that out. And once again, man, I love y'all. I love being Black. Let's make sure we go out and be the best versions of ourselves. And let's make sure that we are contributing to our communities getting better. And if not, then we are part of the problem. I appreciate every one of y'all. And I see y'all live again on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all have a great Saturday.